and on top of that, they're putting these crazy curriculums that that pretty much defy God and godly people, and, and they give a lot of headway to folks that want to just be involved in debauchery and sin and stuff. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, I think it's a good choice folks are making. They're against that.
Yeah, I think COVID was a blessing in disguise because it allowed a lot of people to actually see what was going on in the school. It gave people more of an opportunity to research and follow up on things that was going on in the school. It opened their eyes to some of the topics or um, discussions that they were having in schools. Um, and now I think more parents are showing that, hey, if you're not going to teach our kids the way we think you should be, then we'll just pull them and do it ourselves because you're not pointing them or guiding them down the right path. Um, but yeah, I think COVID really opened up a lot of people's eyes.
It did. From an employee standpoint, I think I agree totally with that. I saw a difference. The people got a firsthand look at what it's like to homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
And the school that I was at in particular, we're doing virtual learning. So the teacher would broadcast themselves doing the classes, and the students would get online and they listen and do their work. And so parents got a little bit of both views. Either they said, we really like this. And then the ones that really hated it, they're like, I got to send you back to school. So I heard both. I can't, and so you saw one of two things: the people that love homeschool, and then the others that really appreciated their teachers for the work that they do with their sons and daughters. Yeah. So that was huge, right? It's important because it was I think a year later I resigned from the schools and went to entrepreneurship. But that was we lived a whole year and a half of very strange circumstances. It was just really awkward. Um, it's just a strange situation, but I think you're right that kind of gave the parents, okay, maybe we could do this, and give them another option. And it's great. It's been great for homeschool people. This is a good little experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it made it, like you were saying, it made it more of an option because some parents may have thought, oh, I can't do that. It's going to be too hard. And then more people see that other people are doing it. So, like, hey, they can do it. Why can't we do it? Yeah. And then, you get your mass exodus, I guess you can say, from schools. Um, but we'll see what the outcome is in a few years. If it transforms the way schools are teaching, transforms the way kids are learning, we'll see.
Yeah. It's going to either pan out or it's not going to do anything good. And so, but if you're doing this for the first time, just be patient. You guys know what it's about. And sometimes you feel like yanking your hairs off your head with these kids, and it's just
it's because he's come home and seen me.
It's a different experience. It really is. But yeah, you're right. It's one of those deals that I could do that. And now that we're in business, I know a lot of my customers a lot of them express they work from home. They do work from home, and it opens up the door for them to continue homeschooling their kids while they're still doing work. So they kind of swinging both things at the same time is really neat how they get it done. But they keep their jobs.
Yeah. And also, COVID could have actually educated some parents that homeschooling was an option. They may not have even known that was available. Uh, so it could have, like, hey, what? I can do this. Let me research it. They find out and realize it's really not that difficult to get started. Um, but it is, it's some work to keep everything in order and do the curriculum, make sure the kids are doing what they're doing. You know, but yeah, I think once people realize that it was an option, that they went full force and try to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what would I guess what would you tell a husband whose wife just presented him with the fact that she really wants to homeschool the children? Do you have any words of encouragement or something that you would say to these men to, or advice to the wife and how they could even present it to their husband? Like, what would be your way of what would you say to that family? I know you guys have kind of hit on it, but like your own personal.
Man, put your foot down. Tell them no. Just kidding. No.
I love it.
Um, I would say just listen to it. You'll know if it's for you guys or if it's not. And I think just remember the end goal at the end of the day. That's you put your children are everything, and you only have a certain amount of time to influence them. Because if you're not doing it, somebody else will. And I know plenty of students. I had some really bright ones, incredible people, good head on their shoulders, and then I had the other ones. And we in the school districts we have hundreds of people in one area, and we want them to behave a certain way, but everybody brings a different atmosphere from the homes that they live in and the way upbringings that they have. It's very difficult to do that, and so I would say give it a shot. And if you really struggle with it and you don't think it's for you, then you can always go back. The schools ain't going nowhere. So they're more than willing to take your children back to make another 20 grand off of it. So
I didn't realize
um,
that much either.
nonetheless, it's just give it a try and be patient with it and see the end goal at the end that this is for the better of your child. And that's really why your wife is presenting this to you.
Yeah, I think discuss it, um, plan. We got to walk through a plan, do a budget, expectations, um, ask questions. Um, like they say on Sports Center, there's no stupid questions, there's stupid people asking questions. But no, seriously, uh, ask questions, research it, because you don't have to make the decision that moment.
Right.
'Cause this is going to affect
Mhm.
the family for a period of time. So
And wives, when your husband asks you questions, don't get your feelings hurt. Because I was like, you don't support me, and I just was on the other end of the spectrum. So yeah, when he asks questions, answer them. Be ready to answer those questions. Because
Yeah, take your emotions out. Just take
yeah,
them out. It's
yeah,
probably better.
yes, hundred
uh,
percent.
and once you understand or you communicate expectations, like you were saying, patience. You gotta be patient. Yeah, you're not gonna get it right the first day.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it right the second day. Patience. Um, and yeah, just go for it. Like Felipe was saying, school's not going anywhere. It's a fixed location. it's,
Yep.
it's not going anywhere. So
So
if it
yeah.
doesn't work, one semester or 2 semesters, hey, you can send them back. But I think after the first semester you get the hang of it. I don't think you'll send it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because I think our home life changed a little bit. I don't know, just because we didn't have the structure of the school system, right? And that's what I was trying to get you to. Couldn't answer that before. I couldn't ask the question, but did you feel like the home life was better when they weren't in a structured school system?
What do you mean by not a structured school system?
But if they had like a do you feel like did either one of you feel like you had more time with your kids when they were homeschooled? I
Oh,
guess you're
certainly.
homeschooled.
Yeah, certainly. Definitely. I think that's a big plus. You get time that you won't never get back again. Just at school, they're in school all day long and can't exactly pull them out all the time to go hang out and have lunch or, all of a sudden, we're like, okay, we're going to take a week off, go out somewhere or things of that nature. There's a lot more freedom and decisions as far as that's concerned. Uh, so yeah, that's a huge plus.
Yeah, because you can, if you do go on a vacation, there's always museums somewhere.
Mhm.
The classroom's the world.
Yeah.
So
Look at these dads over here.
you
True
don't have
story,
to,
true story.
you're not secluded to a picture in a book. You can actually go see it, feel it, smell it, taste it. Um, but yeah, there was more time because you can structure the school day the way you want it, and whenever the um, curriculum is done for the day, you're done for the day. If it takes 2 hours, it takes 2 hours. If it takes 4 hours, it takes 4 hours. If it takes 10 hours, hey, 10 hours it is. So but yeah, the flexibility of being able to go and actually live what you're learning is a great uh, plus for homeschooling. And and if if you do go somewhere, like I was saying, it's schools everywhere when you're
It
homeschooled.
counts. It counts. It
Yeah.
counts.
It's
So
true.
if you go to Tennessee, guess what? They've got historical sites in Tennessee. They got aquariums in Tennessee. If you go to California, you got the same thing. Texas, Arizona, everywhere. They've got these historical sites to where it can feed into whatever type of curriculum you're studying for that semester or year.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things I think is amazing about homeschooling, and we'll wrap it up, is that with dads around, it's also cool because I know my husband has taught classes. He's done things. Okay, when I mean taught classes, I mean he's done crazy things like wound care.
Wound care.
What is it? What is it?
Ew.
Y'all, I was about to puke.
We're teaching wound packing.
Wound packing.
It's called bleeding control. So that's because people it's becoming more prevalent in school districts. They're trying to train all their teachers and staff to do that, but I think students would be a great thing to teach as well. These mass shootings, they haven't died because of the shot; it's because they bled out. By the time SWAT gets in there and clears the building, these people can't let the ambulance folks in to take care of these kids. So they have emergency kits for bleeding control all over the schools now. And so they would simply run out, grab it, and start packing the wound and putting pressure on it to prevent the loss of blood. And so I figured this is something important for kids to know. This is because you never know. This can happen also. Car crash. You have people that have mass wounds and severe bleeding. Uh, Pedestrians and I'm sorry, not pedestrians, but just liaison people just walking around. Liaison responders, lay responders. I'm sorry, just come up and at any moment they have training, they can save somebody's life. I mean, this is important for people to know, just little things like that. So we can teach. But my kids have done auto tech work with me. I mean, things that we don't stop teaching. Just that's our job every day, all day long. So even teaching do woodwork, carpentry, things of that sort. It's skills that they take forever, and that helps them in their future as well. They're going to need to do oil changes, and they're going to fix things around the house. So it's good for them to see that.
Yeah, I have to rephrase it. He wasn't like with a book
No,
teaching like that. No.
not
But like the everyday things that dad teaches, like you were saying, oil changes, how to change a tire. Those are things that you need in life to be able to do. And I think it's cool when you have your daughter out there learning how to work on a car.
how to build a fire.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, most of the houses in our area that or all over the nation for the most part are electric. So what happens if we have huge outages where we don't have anywhere to heat things?
Yeah.
How do you build a fire? Well, our kids don't know that. I mean, that's a simple skill that people should know.
So because we gotta have to wrap up it.
Oh,
We gotta have you guys on again. But what I wanted to say is
So painless. So painless.
it's so exciting you guys came and even took time out to even help men see that there is hope, or at least maybe light at the end of the tunnel if you do decide to homeschool, and that it's not
We haven't driven them crazy.
I mean they're still here,
They
y'all.
look sane.
They're still here.
They look amazing.
Yeah. So yeah. And that what, just take it, just take the risk, take the chance. As they were saying, you can always throw them back in regular school if it don't work out, but at least take
Try.
that chance.
You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
gonna cover up your beautiful face. I'm gonna try to move out of the camera.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. We pray that you're blessed this day and that all is well for you and your family. Thank you so much.
Like, share, subscribe. I always forget to say that. I try to remember it. I have it written down.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time and listening. And thank you guys so
Thank you guys
much.
for joining us.
It wasn't that painful. See, they're still alive.
Yeah, she quietly just told you to shut it.
No, I did not. I did not. Well, signing off for
Story
two
of my
daughters.
life.
Signing off for two daughters of the king. Speaking
Two
to.
daughters of the king.
Shalom, shalom.
No, because it cuts us off. We
Oh,
only
yeah.
have